continue in the path that will lead you to where you know that you belong to. There's that place that you feel that you always belong. I don't know whether you feel sometimes there's a voice inside of you that tells you where you are now, it is not where you're supposed to be, or there's something much more bigger than where you are. And one of the reasons that you should never give up, it is because you've just begun. It does not matter for how long you've been doing what you are doing, but every time you think like you are giving up, always know that you've just begun, because today is the first day of the rest of your life. Yesterday is gone and we cannot reclaim it back, but the day that you have today, always have it in mind that you've just begun. You've not done anything, you're beginning now. And don't listen to that voice that tells you you cannot make it. There's a voice that you listen to, and that voice does not matter. What matters is the voice inside of you. That is the voice that matters. The reason why I'm saying that you've just begun, because yesterday is gone and today is a new day. Whatever you were doing yesterday, you did not achieve. You can do it today and do it much more better. Listen to that still small voice inside of you that tells you there's something bigger, there's something much better than what I'm going through today, and you can be able to foresee. Most of the time, if you in your mind you're able to feel that whatever I'm going through is not, it's just temporary, and don't allow that temporary thing hold you back from doing what is forever, what will last forever. Another reason why you should never give up is because you are still alive. There's a verse in the Bible that says that a dog that is alive is better than a dead lion. That is the truth. Of course, if you have a lion that is dead and a dog that is alive, as much as the lion is a lion and it is dead, it can cause no harm. But a living dog can do more harm than a dead lion. The reason why I've said that is because when you're alive, you're able to attempt things that you really wanted to do. And you can do them if you pursue, you don't give up, do it again, do it again, do it again and again. And you will be able to get to where you really want to be. You will only allow, you will only allow your project to stop if you give up. But if you keep persisting and doing what you really want to do, you will eventually get to where you are. Fulfilling your purpose is an ongoing series of decisions, not fate. Every time you get to some point, you feel that I've made some few steps, but if you give up, you will never move from where you are. But every time when you keep going and moving forward, you'll be able to achieve a lot more. And later in life, you realize that I'm glad I never gave up. Another reason why you should never give up, you are a lot closer than you think. Most of the time we give up, and maybe if you would have pushed a little longer, if you would have knocked a little longer, you would have achieved what you really wanted to achieve in life. Most of the times we give up when we are already there. There are people who are talking and planning about how they are going to take over the world. Why should you give up? Why should I give up? When somebody else is strategizing, somebody else is planning, they are not sleeping day and night because they feel they want to take over the world. Maybe it's in the business, they want to take over the business world, they want to take over as investors, they want to take over as scholars. Why should you give up now? Push and get that thing that you really want to get in life, and eventually you'll get to where you are. The people who don't care about you and they really want you to disappear, why will you let them to what they want about you come to pass? Don't give in to their desires. Don't allow those people who pull you down. Never allow you to get to where you really want you to go. Ignore them, be resilient, be persistent, and you will eventually let your success be their revenge. Don't allow them to pull you back, because they'll pull you back, they'll talk about you, but when you're persistent enough, you'll be able, the same who talked about you, they will be talking about your success when you have eventually succeeded on what you want to do. Another reason why you should never give up. Every time you give up, you only lose a battle, not a war. A war is a battle is like what people plan, like a short-term thing, and there's the long-term thing. So every time you lose, you do not lose the war, you only lost that battle. And much as there are so many people that admire what you're doing secretly, when you give up, they also give up. Remember, you're not alone. The Bible says that you're surrounded by a big cloud of witnesses. There are people who secretly admire you and admire what you're doing. So don't give up. When you give up, they also give up. Because to an extent, your purpose is attached to some destinies around you. So you don't have the reason of giving up, because you have the ability to do much. You have some inner strength, and you will only know that if you give it a chance, if you give it an opportunity. You don't know how much more you can go unless you begin. You don't know how much strength you have unless you start working. And at the end, you will be like, wow, I didn't know that I can come this far. Even people who go climbing mountains, maybe when they are there and they're starting to climb, when they look at the peak of the mountain, they're not so sure that they'll ever get there. But the moment they have already climbed the mountain and they're on the top, when they look down the hill, down the mountain where they have come from, they feel as if they are not the ones. So you should not give up. You matter. There are so many people that are looking up to you. You can be looking at something in your life that you've given up, you've not managed, and maybe there's nobody else in your family that have ever managed. The thing is, what I would urge you to do, why don't you push yourself and be the first person in your family to succeed and to do that thing that really nobody has ever succeeded in your family? Why don't you make a way even for people who are behind you? Maybe your children, your family, your sisters, brothers, cousins. Why can't you make a highway for them by not giving up? So don't give up. Don't allow the things in the past, or maybe the things in your background, pull you back. Press yourself, be persistent, be resilient, and eventually you'll get where you want. Let you be the first person to achieve that thing in your family. Don't allow what is happening in your family to pull you back. And at this moment, you cannot afford to give up. Keep pushing, keep moving forward. You will eventually get to where you are. I don't deny that there are so many things that distract us in life. There are so many things that hit us and you feel like we are giving up. But not now. You cannot give up now. When people are planning of how to take over the world, history is being written. Why don't you take a pen and write your own history? Let people who will come, even long after you are gone, let them feel you. Let them know there's somebody that existed during this time. And whatever we did is able to transform their lives. You might not transform the whole world. You might not transform millions of people. But you can transform your life. You can transform your family. You can transform your children and make a difference and a long-lasting effect in their lives. It only begins with you. As we usually say, that change begins with me. Yes, it can begin with you. Don't allow anybody to despise you. Don't allow those voices that tells you you cannot do it. Listen to that still. Every one of us has a still small voice that tells you you can do it. It is possible, and you can achieve and get to where you've always wanted to go. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll continue learning much more things.